What is going on, beautiful people? I am Chev. If you're new to this channel, welcome, wagwan. Make sure you're subscribed down below. So we're getting ready to go to a high tea event. I'm going for my friend's birthday. The theme is high tea, so I'm thinking I want to do soft. I have this yellow floral dress that I've been wanting to wear. It's giving very much brunch vibe, but I think we can make it high tea. So right now my hair is braided in the front, and I'm gonna wear a half wig today because that's my current style right now. So I did a tutorial on this look. The hair is from Curly Me, and I'm just loving how easy it is. I can moisturize my scalp. It's basically a full-on protective style because it's cornrowed in the front, and then you can do a ponytail, braid, whatever in the back that you want to do, and then you're just gonna pop on a half wig and you're basically done. The combs in the front first, and then on the side, and then fix the back. And just like that, the style is done. So the hair is wet because I washed it earlier, so we're gonna leave it to dry a bit, and then later I'm gonna diffuse it to make the curls bigger. It is time to do our face. So first I'm gonna use the Vanessa Myricks Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum. So I'm just going to work this into my skin. And I use this for my base because it's a powder serum, water powder serum. Whatever technology Vanessa Myricks has in this water serum, love it. My makeup comes out so flawless when I use this. So if you have like really oily skin, I can't guarantee that you won't see oil coming through anyway, but it's significantly less. Let this product sit for a minute, and then we're gonna do our eyebrows. To do my brows, I'm gonna use this Maybelline Super Fluff brow mousse, and I'm using this because honestly I ran out of brow pencil. It makes my brows thicker anyway. It gives a nice little fluff to it. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Vanessa Myricks Yummy Skin Balm. So this is a blurring balm, and I love to use it with the water cream because I feel like it's the perfect base for your makeup. I don't know what Vanessa Myricks be doing in that lab, but this combo, makeup looking smooth. Just give that filter like look to your makeup, especially if you have textured skin. This will help. So we have to leave this to sit at least for a couple of minutes. So while we're doing that, we're gonna clean up our brows with some concealer. The concealer that I'm using is from Too Faced, and it's in the shade Butterscotch. Okay, we're gonna set the concealer underneath our brow, and we're gonna use the Huda Beauty powder in the shade Banana Bread. But I crease a lot on my eyelids, so as soon as I put on the concealer, I want to set it. And I also like to put a little powder on my face, especially on my nose, because that's where I tend to get oily. So whatever powder that is left on the cover, I just dab it into my skin. I want to keep my makeup neutral, but still a little bit of glam to it. So I think I'm going to use this palette from NYX. This is the Ultimate Utopia palette. I'm just going to take this little brown shade right here, and then I'm just going to put it on the outer part right here. And I'm not going to carry it in too far, just the outer part to drag my eyes out a bit. I want to lift my face. Do you see how instantly it starts like lifting my face for a slight cat eye type of look? And now for the inner part of my eye, I'm going to use a shade right here. It's almost like a shimmery shade. And I want to put this shade in the middle. We're going to take the same brush that we used earlier and just swoop it a bit, just to blend a little bit of that dark brown into the crease of our eye, and then drag it out. Very simple, nothing too hard. You don't need any special technique or anything like that. I just want to keep it simple for y'all. Okay, the foundation that we will be using today is from Urban Decay, one of my favorite foundations right now. It is the Face Bond foundation, and I'm using the shade 33 Deep Neutral. It is so pigmented. I love the shade match and the finish of this product. And I know the bottle looks small, but you really don't need a lot, as I proceed to still use a lot. So what I like to do is just wipe out the excess concealer that is on the brush that I used earlier. Just wipe it on a piece of paper towel. Okay, so I feel like I want to illuminate a little bit. Summertime right now, we're gonna use this Urban Decay Luminizer. So this is the Space Cowboy Illuminizer. You don't have to use it, but if you want that extra glow, definitely. Now, if you want to go down a price range, I also use the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. It's a Lumi Glow Lotion. So it's a natural glow enhancer. But since I'm using my Urban Decay and I do have this product, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it up here. So I like to put it in the areas that I would naturally highlight anyway. So what I'm doing is taking a bit of my foundation on my forehead and use that to clean up my brow, as opposed to using a concealer. To blend this out, I'm going to use this e.l.f. brush. This is the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. You can find it at Walmart, Amazon, anywhere that sells e.l.f. When you're blending your foundation, do not go under your eye. You want to keep that clear for your concealer. And I dab and press this into my skin. I don't rub, so dab and press. And make sure to bring that under your jawline, because you don't want that like makeup distinction. I don't like putting makeup on my neck just because sometimes what I'm wearing, but you definitely want to bring it under here. That's how you know if your makeup really matches, because once you're not supposed to see a distinct line. Now for our concealer, I'm going to use the Pat McGrath Lab concealer, and I'm using the shade M18, and this is called Sublime. This placement just depends on the shape of your face, but for years this is my preferred. So I followed a lot of tutorials until I found a placement that I actually like. So I let my concealer sit for at least 2 minutes. Don't be making your concealer sit too long, because that thing will not move properly, and then that's when you have creasing. You can have creasing when you blend too quick and then take too long to blend. So you want to keep that middle ground. So I like to just let it wait a minute and a half, 2 minutes tops. Now it's time to contour. I'm going to use this NARS Lagoon bronzing cream in the shade number 4. And like you can see, my foundation is pretty dark already, so I really didn't need to contour if I didn't want to. But I just love a cream contour, especially on my nose and on my jawline. Okay, so it's time to blend my concealer. You can use a beauty blender if you want to. I'm going to use this Real Technique foundation brush, because I just feel like brushes give me a better blend. And then I'm going to use this Real Technique brush. It's the setting brush 401. We're going to blend under our eye. And I take my foundation brush and then go over the bottom half, just to make sure that it's not harsh. We're just trying to blend our foundation and our concealer on our cheekbones. And then I'm going to use this Real Technique brush. This is the 300 to blend my nose. Now if you want to add more brightness under your eye, you can go in with the lighter shade or with the same shade. And we're just going to put a little bit right in here. Now I'm going to use a liquid blush from Rare Beauty, and this is in the shade Grace. What I like to do, especially if you crease under your eyes like me, I like to use a pressed powder first. So I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Complexion Micro Powder in the shade Tan. Almost done. So I'm like swirling that thing. And then press the powder right under my eye. I'm going to use this Juvia's Place palette, and this is the Warrior by Juvia's Place. I've had this for years. I'm going to do a slight extra to my eye makeup just to drag me out a little bit. Instead of doing like a wing, the black liner, because I don't want it to be too harsh, I'm just using this dark powder. And then use some of this light powder in the inner part of my eye just to give me highlight. I want it to be a soft makeup finish. I'm gonna blend all of that together with this brown powder, just in the crease. It's a little bit too harsh, so I'm gonna take this brush that we used earlier for our dark brown and just blend that. We're gonna go in with this setting powder, and this is in the shade Banana Bread, and I dip my little sponge in here and then dab it on the back of my hand for the excess powder to take that off. And I'm gonna go under the eye. For my blush, I'm using this House Lab blush. And put some on my nose. Now I'm gonna use this NARS Laguna powder bronzer, and this is in the shade Laguna 6. I'm gonna take this e.l.f. duo brush, complexion duo brush, and I'm gonna use a little part to dab into powder and just brighten my nose contour. I'm gonna do the side of my nose, take some of that excess powder on the back of my hand, and just go under my eye once more. We're trying to do a seamless blend between our highlight under our eyes and the blush. Sometimes when I want a darker look, I use this Juvia's Place bronzer. Sometimes it can come out red on me depending on my foundation, but when I want to darken, give me a nice bronze look, I go in with this. Take a little bit more of that powder and go under my cheek, and then take a brush and blend that out. For my waterline, I'm going to use this Sephora retractable water eyeliner. I want a little bit of highlight. I'm going to take this Rare Beauty highlighter, and this is in the shade Exhilarate. Lightly dab that on top of my blush and on the bridge of my nose, and then lightly on my brow bone. I don't want it to be too highlighted, but just highlighted enough. So we're gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Setting Spray. For my mascara, I'm using this Maybelline Sky High mascara. I haven't seen it in a while. I don't know if they discontinued it. For my lips, I'm using this Makeup Forever. Is it from Makeup Forever? This is the shade Limitless Brown. And then I'm gonna use this Maybelline gloss. Okay, I need a color over this. So we're gonna use this Morphe liquid lipstick in the shade Virgin. Give me a little bit of pigment. Now we're gonna go in with the Maybelline gloss in Ice. Come on face. End it all out with this One Size setting spray. This is the Until Dawn mattifying setting spray. Girl, Patrick Star, what did you put in that thing? It worked so good though, but my goodness. And for my oily girls especially, you are not completed unless you have used this e.l.f. HD Perfect Finish Powder. Love it. I carry it in my purse everywhere. So if you like have a super oily day, or you know you're gonna be out in the sun, a concert, somewhere, anywhere, it looks scary and intimidating, but this is the best thing that you will ever have. Trust. Okay, so this is it for our makeup. Let me know what you think about the look. So I'm about to go get dressed, or else we're gonna be super late. Let me show y'all my full outfit. So the dress is from Mango. You know, cute little floral little dress. And of course I had to keep in theme by wearing you know, one of them little high tea flower hats thingamajig that I got on Amazon. My bag is GRWM, and then our shoes. Ooh, can y'all see that? I'm gonna put a picture in here because right now I don't have any time to set up because we are so late. But my shoe is from Zara. I'm like, we need a pop of color, so I put the pop of green. And then I did some jewelry. I put on a watch, some bracelets, simple ring. I'm wearing this fragrance from Fragonard. This is the Melody. And from KLE, I'm wearing Sparkling Lychee. So I just mixed these two fragrances. I layered them together, and girl, we are smelling scrum yum yum, okay? Like delish. So I'm gonna put a picture right here with better lighting so you can see the full fit. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love y'all so much for watching. We're running late, so we gotta go. I'll see y'all in the next video. Go on, big up on yourself. Bye guys. Mwah.